Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we're going to look at an SEC matchup in Starkville. The Mississippi State Bulldogs, off to their best start since the 03-04 season, will host the Kentucky Wildcats, who have been wildly inconsistent. They've been awesome at home. They've been rough on the road. This has all the makings of a very interesting, high-level SEC game. Now, Kentucky has a new coach for the first time in 15 years. John Calipari is no longer at Arkansas. The Wildcats hired Mark Pope from BYU as his replacement. They have not taken a step back after Calipari's departure. Really, I think maybe they've taken a step forward. Kentucky has wins at home or on a neutral site against Duke, Florida, Gonzaga, and Louisville. The problem is the Wildcats' losses to Georgia, Iowa State, and Clemson have all been away from Rupp Arena. Now, MSU coach Chris Jans has done an outstanding job with this Mississippi State football team or basketball team. They're off to a strong start. The Bulldogs are 14-1, 2-0 in the SEC. As I said before, best start in 20 years. Now, this game will be 7:30 tonight on the SEC network. Kentucky is ranked 7th going in. Mississippi State is ranked 13th. Kentucky's strength is it averages 88.8 points a game, the third most in the country. The Wildcats have scored at least 100 points on 5 occasions. That includes a 106-100 win against Florida last Saturday, which was one of the best basketball games I've seen this year. Now, 5 Wildcats are averaging double figures in scoring, and a 6 averages 9.9 points a game. All right, now you got guard Otega Ua, an Oklahoma transfer, leads Kentucky with 15.7 points per game. Now, the thing that strikes me with Kentucky and Mark Pope as the coach is how much better they run their offense with so much confidence than what they did last year. They play with confidence. They play with pace. You know they have a great buy-in with a new head coach on this team and Mark Pope. Now, Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard scored 9 points at Vandy, and Riley Kugel was held scoreless. Yet MSU still won 76-64, led by as many as 22 points in the second half. It was another example of the Bulldogs finding different paths to victory when their leading scorers have off nights. R.J. Menendez scored a season-high 19, and so did Cameron Matthews' season-high with 16. Claudel Harris drilled a clutch three-pointer to hold off the late Vandy push. Now, in other games, players like Keshawn Murphy and Michael Nwoko have stood up when needed. Now, BetMGM doesn't currently have a point spread on this game. It would not surprise me if Mississippi State was a small point or 2-point favorites. I think either way, this line is going to go somewhere between Kentucky -3 to Mississippi State -3. This is the highest ranked and best opponent Mississippi State has played so far. But I'm really finding it hard to bet Kentucky the way they've struggled from home or struggled away from home. They lost to Georgia on Tuesday night. And Kentucky particularly hasn't played well in first halves on the road. Even that Gonzaga win did not play well. And I guess the Gonzaga was considered a neutral site, but that was really an away game. So I will give Kentucky credit for that. The Wildcats are capable of doing that. I think the Wildcats played soft against Georgia. I thought the interior was soft. I think Mark Pope does a great job of coaching this team. I think Kentucky pulls a small upset here. I think if I could get Kentucky in any kind of points at all, I'm going to bet Kentucky. I think in the end, Kentucky wins this game 84-83. It'll be a great basketball game. Same thing. If Kentucky comes out favored by a couple, I would take Mississippi State. I think this game's going to be this close. But I think you have a Kentucky team that knows how poorly and how soft they played against Georgia. I think they're going to come out with a vengeance. I think they're going to play really well. I think Mississippi State will meet that because they're a team that's very good at overcoming things that happen during a game. But I like Kentucky to win this game by a point or two. I think it's going to be a great college basketball game. It's going to be a great atmosphere in Starkville. And I do think Pope has done a great job of coaching this team. And I think it's only a matter of time before they really start to click and you consistently, game by game basis, no matter where they play, get the kind of effort you've had here. My only issue is defense travels. Offense, a lot of times, doesn't. But I think you're going to see Kentucky really step it up defensively. I think you'll see them step it up on the boards. And I think the Wildcats get a close win. All right, guys. Like I said, if you want to bet the game, BetMGM, top sports book. Click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on X at Grilling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. But for now, guys, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grilling Truth, where the legends speak.